Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus here again, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people. That means all of you having the wherewithal to enjoy this life. I want to give you some information before you get inundated with information that has to do with misleading you. I want to try to help you get on the right track. On last evening, after midnight, should I say, July 20th, 2012, at the premiere of a movie called The Dark Knight Rises. At a movie in, where's this place? Colorado. A gunman entered into the movie theater. Guns, gas, mask, and began to shoot and kill a lot of people. And this morning on the news, everybody's wondering what happened. They're asking all of the questions. But let me tell you what happened. This is a pretext. It's a part of a conspiracy to take over the world, but specifically under this event, to take over America. This is an event that's orchestrated by the powers behind the scene who runs the country. Some people call them the Illuminati, some people call them men behind the scenes. But whatever you want to call them, their objective is to overthrow this government. And why and how are they doing it? You see, this movie, The Dark Knight, is a political movie. It entails some dark things that have happened to this country and some dark things that possibly can happen in the future. And it got you excited about going. And in the midst of this, there's a message, there's a subliminal message in this movie that ties you back to 9/11, ties you back to some other events. Now, what happened? You get these people to come to this movie excited about it, not knowing really what's going on except they're going to have a good time. And all of a sudden, here comes a man that comes in out of nowhere without any reason, a guy who's not even a criminal, doing some things that he has never done before. Now, why would a gentleman do that? It is done, now this is going to blow your mind because you're not wise enough. Most people are not thinking enough to understand what's going on. But this man was brainwashed. This man was under mind control. He had no idea of what he was doing, except that he was doing it. Why? He didn't know, but he was being led by mind control. And what was this mind control about? It was about bringing this guy into this arena and causing all of this damage under the guise of this big movie that is such a message all across the world, not just America, but across the world. And this guy comes in under mind control and do what he does. Now what happens? People are furious. People are brought back to the same times when they're talking about terrorism, when they're thinking about 9/11. Okay? Now what happens? Bloomberg, the mayor of New York, he calls on Barack Obama and Mitt Romney to respond to this. What is his reason? To respond in light of this event. Why did it happen? It had to do with guns. So what would their response be in return to gun control? In response to gun controls. We want to hear what Barack Obama got to say about gun control. We want to hear what Mitt Romney has to say about gun control. And let me tell you this, ladies and gentlemen. Depending upon who is the most vicious one, Barack or Mitt Romney, in dealing with this gun control phenomenon, that's the one that's going to get a heck of a lot of support from the powers behind the scenes. And why? Because they don't care who is president. They got control anyway. But they want to know which one is willing to go further in their direction in conquering and destroying this nation for their own benefit than the other. Okay, you say, what is that all about? Well, if you study your history books, which I'm sure you won't do, Many of you have already, but you've been brainwashed into what to think about it rather than think on your own. Every nation that have come under gun control, their people were slaughtered. Stalin, Hitler, Pol Pot, you just keep on going. Millions and millions have been killed when they take away the weapons from the people. The founding fathers, whom I totally disagree with about many things, said the Second Amendment about the firearms, keep them to protect yourself, because the moment that you lose them, then that vicious, low down, dirty, ugly son of a gun is going to come in and do it to you, and you won't be able to do anything about it. But Bloomberg, with one man with one gun, he's going to want the president to say, we're going to take an action that's really going to sweep across this nation and take guns from people. And when they do that, the same thing that happened in Hitler's day, the same thing that happened in Mussolini's day, that happened in Stalin's day, will be happening in America, and you won't be able to do a darn thing about it. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe in love, but we're living in a nation that's ran by Satan. There is no love. I'm telling you this as spokesman for God. There is no love. For those of you who don't know God, keep your guns. Keep your guns. Don't you let anybody talk you, convince you to get rid of your guns. Because the day that you do that, you're signing your death warrant. For those of you who know God, stand up, glorify God by challenging this devil. And where is this devil? This devil is all over this country. Your mayor, your aldermen, your governor, your state legislators, your presidents, your Congress, major organizations, your banks, Federal Reserve, all of these are devils. Devils, ladies and gentlemen, from the pit of hell. And you say, why, Eddie, why do you call these people devils? Let me tell you why. I call them devils. And preachers and churches. Now, why do I call them devils? Because God created you to enjoy life as though you were in heaven. God created this earth so that you could live on it. And if you chose to, you can live on this earth as though you were in paradise, as though you were in heaven. But that isn't the result. What is happening is that you're living here as though it's in hell. Why? Because you choose to. Because you choose to. And what spirit is that would cause and allow humankind to live under these vices? Nothing but Satan. And those powers that orchestrate all of this is directly being orchestrated from Satan. Those powers that carry it through are agents of Satan. Those powers that sit back and don't like it but do nothing about it, they're just pawns for Satan. But God, my friend, is calling on people to be led by the Spirit of God. There's no fear in God. There's nothing in the world that can destroy God. And if God is in you, then you're greater than all of the Illuminatis. You're greater than all of the bullets and everything that can come upon you and frighten you. Stand up for God. And we can change this new world order. Sometimes I used to think all the time about a one world government where everybody was enjoying it, like we was in heaven. But I've seen so much ugliness, so much viciousness till I still say everybody in the world. But I'd like to keep it for right now divided like it is. United States, Russia, China, Asia, all these people have your own places. Because there's a trick that if we all come together as one, that devil will try to snap leadership and have control of the world. We can't allow that. Thank you so very much for your attention. Bye-bye.